Hello, my friends. I am Jyotirvid Pavan Kumar. I get lots of comments on my YouTube videos. Earlier, I made videos on about the Tibetan Lama Tuesday Lobsang Rampa, and I find there are so many people throughout the world who consider that Lobsang Rampa was a fake, a charlatan. These are the words they use. On the other hand, I, from my own experience, going back to 1969. That was the first time I came across his books. He was living at that time. And after deeply studying all his books, I had wonderful spiritual experiences, out of body experience, and so many, going deep in trance, in meditation, and all that. So, how can I believe that Lobsang Rampa was fake? He was not. See, all those critics, they are prejudiced due to some wrong information appearing in the press. So they don't read, they don't study the books written by Rampa. Rather, they just read a little bit on the surface, then they start criticizing. You can't help. Anyway, people will benefit a lot if they seriously take all the 19 books of Lobsang Rampa and study, and with practice, pranayama and all that. Now, in this particular video, I would like to focus what Lobsang Rampa has written about the so-called aliens. In fact, the aliens are gardeners of life upon this earth. All life on this earth originated in a very remote, far-off universe. And in that universe, there is a world, master world, where all this research goes on. They have a very, very high technology beyond understanding of humans. So they create life there. Humans were created there and planted here. You may believe it or not, but this is fact. Lobsang Rampa has written a book, The Hermit. I think about 200 years ago, when Tibet was free, there was a hermit, Tibetan hermit, and Chinese captured him. Chinese wanted some information, secret information about the government of Tibet. In fact, that hermit didn't have such information. He was very honest, he didn't have. But Chinese thought that he is not telling us, so they tortured him, pulled out his eyes, both eyes, and made him blind. Now that blind hermit one day finds that some mysterious force is influencing him, attracting him for going in certain direction. So he kept on moving on and on through all different types of terrain, difficult terrain. And in the end, he was exhausted. He couldn't find a way, and he fell down. In fact, what had happened, a spaceship, UFO, very, very large spaceship, had landed on the highlands of Tibet, and they were influencing this hermit to come to them. So the hermit fell unconscious near the UFO because he was exhausted. So he was taken aboard that UFO and they gave him temporary vision also with their instruments. They told him that we have captured you to give certain rare information about your planet. And that information, you will remember everything, because we will increase your memory, and later a person will come to you and you will transfer all this information to him. And that person was Lobsang Rampa, who after many years met that hermit. The hermit was the aliens, after giving him a lot of knowledge, rare knowledge about the origin of this world and life and all that, they created a cave there in the hills, and the hermit lived there. So after so many years, Lobsang Rampa went there. It was destined, and the hermit passed on all the information to Lobsang Rampa, and the result was the book written by Lobsang Rampa, The Hermit. You must read it. Those who are interested in knowing more about aliens, UFOs, they will benefit a lot. So I am focusing this video on that particularly. Now, while that hermit was there in that UFO, he said that one day they took him to a very, very large hall, and that was sort of as if they had hollowed a rock and created a very, very giant space. And in that UFO, many people had come, people from different universes, people from different planets, and all were of different shapes, sizes. Some were dwarf, very little. Some were very huge, 15 feet long, so on. The hermit could see with that temporary vision which was provided to him. So they took him to that hall, and it was filled with all those people who had come with the in that UFO. And in the center, the head admiral of the spaceship and other officials were sitting. So a lecture was given about all the information they wanted to pass on. Now, hermit was a simple, ordinary person, although he had a good memory, but he could not comprehend many words, many concepts. So they performed some operation on his brain inside that spaceship and increased his comprehension power, intelligence, and memory also. See how wonderful it is, their technology. Humans, I don't know, will ever reach that stage. They can, if they leave the paths of destruction, wars, and all that. If they learn to live peacefully and listen to what aliens want to convey, then they can. Anyway, so that hermit was passed on all information. One day in a lecture, the chief biologist who was in that UFO, alien who was a chief biologist, he was questioned by the admiral. Why humans have become so negative? What is the reason? What is the cause? And the chief biologist revealed that it is something to do with the reproductive system, fertility system, reproductive system. That has gone wrong due to the lifestyle of humans, particularly, or diet, or I don't know. So now you must know that till date there are so many cases of abduction by UFOs. Some people are abducted. They are taken on that UFO, and they perform certain medical tests on those people. Now, there is a book I was reading, Alien Agenda, written by Jim Mars. Alien Agenda, written by Jim Mars. Now, this is very interesting for those who are doing research on the UFOs, aliens. Now, I would like to read what he has written on page 235, second paragraph. Medical examinations are the most commonly reported experience of abductees, those who were abducted, with various instruments used to probe nearly all parts of the body. Special emphasis appears to center on the reproductive system. After being placed in a white, sterilized hospital-like room, women report needles being inserted in their navels, while men tell of various devices being placed over their genitals. Isn't it wonderful? Now, can you say that Lobsang Rampa was fake? He has given all authentic information. Even the chief biologist of aliens, one of those who have designed humans and planted here, they know. They know remotely. They, they have very, very advanced technology we cannot understand. They know what has gone wrong. So they said that it is something to do with the fertility, with the reproductive system of humans, which has gone faulty. And now Jim Mars reveals that the abductees are taken aboard UFOs and they perform certain medical tests, particularly on the reproductive system. So they want to correct that system, but they don't have direct contact with humans. So they are doing in their mystical way. So that is why I made a video and told you all that humans are going to be the next race is being improved, seventh race by aliens. A lot of aliens are present on this globe, and there is a scientist of Sri Lanka origin who is in England, Dr. Vikramasinghe. He is doing a lot of work in this direction, trying to prove that life originated not on this earth but somewhere else in a very far off remote universe. So it's all very interesting, only if you believe. Well, if you don't get all this true information. It's up to you. My dear friends, I hope you like this video, and if you have any comments, any questions regarding the topic of this video, I welcome. Thank you for watching.